Smells so good. I'm fasting though. Tomorrow I'll be able to eat. So good. So these are just for personal use. I'm not going to measure them, but basically it's a 4x3 cut. Although yesterday and today I'm doing a 4x2. Dono tracks. Cha-ching. One. Boom. Boom, boom. What's up, Rick?
I'm done. I'm done. Why are you punching me? I didn't do
Howdy.
anything.
Oh, I got some tracks dust on me. Feet. Okay. All right, so here's what we got today. These are an ounce of mushrooms. That's for somebody else. This is a 1/4 ounce of weed. This I'm gonna make second. First, I'm gonna make another batch of these. Cruising acquired buckwheat yesterday. Finally, so how many days to sprout them? Buckwheat's pretty easy, bro. It takes about 6 to 12 hours to soak. And it's easy to see. They just get kind of plump, right? They plump up. Then if you have a milk bag, you put them in here. And you just make sure they're moist by kind of rinsing it every 3 to 6 hours, I would say. And for me, it takes like not even 24 hours. You know, maybe 48 hours total between the soaking and the sprouting. Here's some soaked quinoa. I might use that for the wheat cookies.
Oh, I'm taking it, bro.
Here's the buckwheat.
No, I'm gonna rip your arm off now, bro.
Here's the chia. Everything else is out there. Ready?
Can I steal a wing mirror? Take my hat back. You take my hat back.
CMOS. Okay, so basically I'm gonna make dino tracks. I'm gonna use the blender then to make
Sorry, my bad, bro. My fingers
weed
sometimes
cookies.
it's like uncontrollable. Ow!
My son's on Discord over here. He's playing GTA. Okay, so this I won't need till cookies. Londos, so. And then once I clean out all the weed cookie dough from the blender, I'm going
I'm just gonna take
pour
this
this
hook over here on the ground cube.
in the blender to kind of clean out the leftovers.
This. Just gonna grab this cone here.
This over here too. So, what do you think? Should I make pizza tracks again, or should I make the regular? I'm thinking pizza.
I want to see what's in this cooler. I'll shoot up.
Pizza Tracks.
What's in here? What do you got in here?
Okay. Four cups of buckwheat. Just gonna dry off these sheets. Okay.
Jesus. Yes, but I have your foot. Take your foot.
Okay. Alright. 4 cups of buckwheat.
Take that. I'm gonna take your leg. Take your leg.
Half. 1.
I can whip your leg off, man.
1.5.
What's this?
2.
No. Let's fucking get that. You fucking. No, rip it off.
3.
Rip it off. Ripping it off.
4 cups.
Alright, taking your leg. Taking your leg, man. Taking your leg, Green.
3 cups pumpkin. One, 2, 3, close enough. Half cup sea moss.
I'm just gonna take this cap off. Fan off. No, come here. Wait, it's all up in the hood of this
Half cup
right
chia.
here. No. Open the hood of the scarf.
1/3 of a cup ACV, which this is not all about. Water.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
3
Jesus.
halves.
Jesus, is that you? Jesus? Just open the hood of this car right here. And steal the turbo. I want the turbo. Steal the turbo.
1, 2, 3.
Wait, open the hood of the car. Wait, open the hood of this cruiser. Open the hood of this cruiser. Yo, open the hood. Open the hood, bro. Right, I'm yanking the bolts off this one. Right down. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna take that turbo off there.
Okay, half cup yeast.
Well, get the turbo. And then back up, bro. Open the hood up, bro. Fine, just gonna get me. Bro, open the hood of this SRT.
Okay, half
Jesus,
teaspoon
do the
bicarb.
walk. So, Jesus, magically use your power to open the hood of this car right here. And steal the turbo. Jesus. Damn it. Wait, do you own the
2 teaspoons salt.
thing? Do you own this car over here? Do you own this? Who owns this?
Okay. Onion.
I'm taking this from.
1 tablespoon.
Take your door handle. Take your door handle.
Tablespoon.
Take
Oregano?
it.
Tablespoon.
Rip it off. Just gonna, just gonna grab it. Go twist it.
Garlic powder.
No, just gonna
Teaspoon.
cook it. No. You grab that. I'm sorry, I'm
Okay.
just gonna take off take your flashlight. Take your flashlight. Take your flashlight.
Time to blend.
Take your flashlight.
Straight down the sides.
Give me this flashlight. Give me the flashlight. Give me this flashlight. Take this flashlight. Take this. Take this.
Just making sure everything gets onto the blade.
Take it. Take your flashlight. Well, that's a nice mask. I'm gonna take it. Take it. Get over here. Take it.
So, in my opinion, the last time I made the tracks, it was too thin. The tracks cracked. So last time it was 2.5 cups of dough per tray. So now I'm thinking either 2 3/4 or 3 cups. What do you think? Let's see what it looks like.
Give me the best. I'm just gonna have the flashlight and take your flashlight. Alright, you got your flashlight now. Alright, take the bulb to your meal. Give me a second. Baby, get over here, baby. Baby, I'm taking your diaper. Get over here. Yes, I'm taking it. Taking it. Get over here. Get over here. Taking it. Taking your diaper. What the fuck?
Okay. I'm actually going to clean the blender in between the two recipes. So 1, 2, 3.
Boy, stop.
I'm going to try 3
Are you
cups.
stacked? Where's the stack? Oh. 2141. Just medium meat and the black lamb that just went right through here. And he had said the expand that. 2141. Oh, wait, Zach, I need you for a second. I need you. So, 2141, set the end. Alrighty. Good talk. Can I steal your shoes? I'm gonna steal your shoes. Stick in your shoes. Get your shoes. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Like, give me those shoes. Come on. Give me them. No, bro. Give me those shoes. Alright, give me your chain. Give me that chain, bro. Give me that chain. Come on. Get over here. Stealing this guy's stuff. Stealing the babies. Baby, sit. That's not here. Take that arrow out, bro. Take that arrow out. Go over here. Go over here, baby. Go. You missed. Take it.
Okay. So that's one.
Byron, get me out. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm being assaulted. Help me. Doesn't do anything. This one. Ow! Baby assaulted me.
Okay.
Baby assaulted me. Baby assaulted me. Baby assaulted me. Baby killed my baby. Oh, these are stupid spots. Big dog. Big
So the last batch of Dino Tracks was split.
Let's go, I got it. Let's go.
So that leads me to believe that A, there wasn't enough batter on each tray, and B, it's possible that the dehydrator was too high. And the reason why I think it could be that is because the top couple of trays were the ones that split the most, I think. But let's just see how this works. We're doing 3 cups now instead of 2 cups.
Okay, so I'm going to report a crime. Can I report a crime? Jesus, I need to report a crime to you. So, I'm not sure if you already got banned or not, but there's this guy, there's 2141, I think it was. 2141. I think.
I'm just gonna put the rest of this.
Yeah. Alright, thank you.
It's like my original recipe, I don't know.
Don't say. Don't say things. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Never be afraid. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. She's gonna take your shoes. On. Take your time. Take your belt tips. See that? You do that. Your ring as well. Hi, sir. I'm going to take your vest off. Good. Hey. Look at it, bro. I'm fine. I'm gonna take the push bar off my bare hands. I'm taking your mask. I'm gonna take your mask. Give me your mask. Give me that mask. Can I have your mask? Yeah, give me it. Take it, bro. Take it. Yeah, take it, bro. Ow. Yeah, I'm taking your mask. Your mask doesn't match. Your mask doesn't match. Your mask doesn't match. It's a soul. Should I be here? Should I be here? I don't think they should be here. really? Hey, don't steal my truck. I'm not staff. My truck is locked.
Alright. I'm going to clean the blender.
This is that doctor, though. I want your belt. Give me your belt. Give me your belt. Give me your belt. Give me your belt. No. What did I mean? What was that for? That's cheating. You're a cheater. We'll get a card for my last part. What? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Okay, look at me, look at me. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand you. Nothing else. I can't hear you. What's going? I couldn't talk to you about your cross extended warranty. I couldn't talk about it. Ma'am. 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 Ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am. I've come to talk to you about your cross extended warranty.
So now,
But you still have time to talk about your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
it's a quarter ounce,
You have time to talk about your Lord and Savior, Jesus
aka
Christ.
2/8.
Okay, you gotta go. Stop shooting this on cool down.
I'm gonna put all my chia in there.
Don't you fucking dare. Yeah, that's right, I locked it. Bitch. I'm fucking. Oh! You want in the. That's in this car, I want it. Take it in this car. Oi! My car. I'm gonna talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Mike, I'm coming to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. How about no, look here. You wish you could.
Okay. Next we'll do the buckwheat.
What? Not maize. I think it was 2133 and hold up. Hey, Mr. Staff, I'm coming to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Oh yeah, I want your car's extended warranty. Give me your information, though. Come to talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
Okay, and then let's see.
Do you have time to talk about your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Sir, at this point, no, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna need, $10 billion.
Do half cup sea moss.
For your ink. Actually, no, 10 trillion. That broke. Then give me... Yeah, bro. This is also your car's extended warranty bill. He's kidnapping me. He's kidnapping me.
And do a little bit of Celtic. Nothing crazy because this is a sweet recipe. It's not a savory recipe. We'll go one. Better.
Yeah,
Half
this is that
teaspoon.
with the
Baking soda. A little bit.
Ow!
Coconut sugar.
Wait, what did I do? 1964.
2 cups.
Stop shooting on cooldown.
1.
Mr. Staff, it's against the rules to be using a knife on cooldown. Staff. Not my fucking staff listener. He is a very nice, polite admin.
Alright, next. I'm gonna get rid of this vanilla. Whoop, that's too much.
Can you open up the hood, sir? Can you open up the hood?
I didn't realize how much vanilla was in there. Holy.
Ow! I'm gonna
Now
take
ginger.
that turbo. I'm taking that turbo now.
It's gonna be like a ginger
Taking the
snack.
turbo. Taking this weight.
Alright, that's pretty much it.
I'm taking the wheel. Taking the wheel. Slash emo cannon. You guys are taking that. Take that. Fucking take this as well. You guys
Clean
want to
this
start
up.
stealing people's parts? Take the wing mirror. Rip this wing mirror off.
I gotta put a little water in.
Under the room. Ow! Stop shooting.
Just a little bit. Put a little too much water. Let me put some quinoa. I put some quinoa in. Let me put some quinoa in to thicken it up. Yeah, it's very watery pan. This is soaked quinoa. Looks
Take
like
that,
more
Jim.
than I should. Damn it.
Take it back. Take that off. So, Oscar, do you have time to talk about your car's extended warranty? What? Nah. What? Stop. No, that's not the other stuff. I don't fucking know. You were. Yeah, you were. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Alright, blending.
This is a cop.
I'm also gonna put some lion's mane in there
I'm taking these wheels off, bro.
to thicken and
Take it back.
flavor.
Are you trying to freaking... Can I take the wing mirror? I'll take the wing mirror.
Alright.
No!
Now I can already tell one tray is not gonna be enough, so I'm
I'm almost got it. Almost got it. Almost got it.
gonna get two trays out.
Almost got it. Almost got it. Got it. I got the big red dot. 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 Can I come? What do you mean? Alright. Trying to find things to steal. I'm not fucking buying. I'm fine.
Okay, the rest of this blender I'm gonna put coffee in.
Are you an office guy? You then. I can run you over. Ow. Controls. Ow. Sir, you just hit me. I'm gonna need your insurance. That is very much your fault. Mama, keep touching me. I'm the best driver in this city. This thing's faster. Yes, it is. I know it is. This thing goes a solid 74 miles per hour, bro. It's like 100% faster. It's like fucking Ninja Turtle. I'm going for the fucking Ninja Turtle. Fuck that. Cleans. Come on. Hey, stop. I have a question. Over here on the bike. I'm going to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Bye. Wait, what about Grant? Do you have time to talk about your car's extended warranty? Yeah, I'm in Grant. I got it. Fuck this. What happened to the halo? What's the halo? That's for the freaking radio for the bank robbery. What is it? The fucking radio for the bank robbery, man. Alright, so get changed. I'm gonna come over to 596. Yeah, hold on. At the back of it? At the back?
Alright, so now for this.
I'm coming right now.
What I'm going to do is
You guys are priority now.
push as much down as I can.
What can I say? I'm on the right now. Oh, fuck.
Alright. Coffee. Sugar. Lion's mane. Ginseng. Pinch of salt. Blend. Then add ice and blend again. Now I'm going to add ice and blend again.
Fuck, man. I have to run away.
Okay. Ice. Threw in last night, hopefully it's frozen or not. Looks to be such. Come on. Oh, this one's not frozen. Yeah. So basically, it's when the ice stuff comes above the material or liquid. When the ice comes above the liquid, that's when you gotta know. Clean as you go. Don't wait till the end. If you can. If you're not on a, if you got people waiting for food, leave it for the dishwasher. But if you can, don't leave it till the end. Ribbit. I got a bad sweet tooth. I could actually have this sweeter, but it'll have to do. Okay. News time. Gotta catch up. Catch up on some news stories. Okay. Computer's on. Okay.
Hello?
Who, me?
Hello. I'm playing DCS.
Awesome. You streaming?
Watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're going to get the post notifications on soon. Don't miss out on the link. So, bye. Sleep, I dream about strategies and
Okay.
manufacturing new front wing. I wake up and Ferraris bottle another call in real life. You often hear F1 fail like this because they have the best car. What would happen if I took over the best team in F1 and then hired the worst driver?
Green trees. Coming on. I get like OCD on weed. Anybody else like that? Not OCD, but neat. I think OCD is the wrong word. Laundry's got to be folded. Towels, headbands, socks, big towels, underwear, leggings, shirts, shorts, long sleeve shirts, and pants. Is this angle terrible? Hold on, let me get a little stand on it.
Just watch my stream.
Alright. Sorry, I gotta find something to stand this on. But what do I got? What do I got? Alright, take this chair. Take this stool. Boom. Okay, let's go to the beginning. Now, I'm only gonna play a minute of this. And I'm going to preface this by saying I never, ever did one single steroid, ever. I'm proud of that. Not even cortisone. I do take Yohimbe and Tribulus. I bought Yohimbe and Tribulus powders on Amazon, and I put them in distilled water, and I spray it in my mouth before training. That was recommended to me by Dr. David Jubb before fighting. But I feel like every day when I go into the gym, I'm fighting for my life. At 42 years old, banged up, stiffer than I used to be, you know, natural athlete in a sport where everybody's enhanced, or young. I feel like I need to do that to be at my best. It's nothing crazy. It does make a difference, though. It gives me endurance. It gives me strength. I'm obviously not juiced. You know, I have muscle from training, and I probably wouldn't be as muscular without that stuff. But as far as I can tell, and as far as I know and have researched, that stimulates your own production. It's not an exogenous hormone. And I think that's where people get into trouble, is with the exogenous, meaning from the outside. Yes, I understand the hypocrisy. I'm drinking coffee. That's an exogenous stimulant, right? But hormones are very powerful. And what I want you to just understand from this video is that once you start, you can't stop. So if you're a young fighter, a young martial artist, and you're thinking about taking steroids, we all have a right. We all have a right. Oh, you heard that coffee helps with erectile dysfunction? I honestly wouldn't know because I do semen retention. Yeah, I do cannabis too. I just took some. I do semen retention though, so I don't ever have any erectile dysfunction. I used to, and I wouldn't call it a dysfunction. I would say that not being able to last long as a kid was, not as a kid, but as a younger than I am now, was a result of three different things. Number one, being circumcised. It overstimulates I believe it's called the frenum, which is the ridge of the penis head that's normally supposed to be covered by the foreskin. And so it gets overly stimulated, and it made me come too quick. That's number one. Terrence McKenna did hash. Yeah, I didn't like hash, man. It knocked me the fuck out. I don't want to be a zombie, bro. To be honest, I did hash and I couldn't move. I was just sitting there in my head. I like to do stuff. I'm an active person. I'm an athlete. So I don't even need like the powerful strains of weed. Just the regular outdoor organic, original, whatever. But I get what my dealer has. I don't even ask. I just, I called him yesterday, or I texted him. I want to get a 1/4 ounce. He gave me the bag, and I didn't even ask what strain it is. So I actually am off weed for a couple of months before this, but somebody asked me to get them mushrooms, and somebody asked me to get them mushrooms. This is an ounce. And last week, my girlfriend wanted to try weed because she has depression. So last week we did weed, and then I was like, oh, I just like it. So I'm not going to get any more after this batch, though. I just made some weed cookies if you want to go back a little bit. Why don't you know what you get? Only one option? No, he probably he has a menu. He has a menu. I didn't ask. You feel to get weed. All right, cool. Yeah, if you want to see me making the weed, go back. This wasn't my normal recipe because I didn't have all the ingredients in the right ratios. If you want to see the actual recipe, you got to go back a couple of streams. But you get the idea, which is basically I didn't even cook the weed. All I did was blend it with chia and a few other ingredients. The weed is active. Sorry, my son's Discord is acting up. This phone is terrible. Hold on. It's an iPhone 6. try that. Where was I? Shaving, cut and bleeding. Okay, so semen retention. That means no ejaculating. So the first reason is circumcision. The second reason is nobody taught me about semen retention. So once I developed the muscle, which took me about 10 years of practice, to be honest. I first learned about semen retention. I don't give my girl a pearl necklace. Now I have, but I can't do that anymore because I'm 42 now, and I get severe depression if I do. If you look up one of the side effects of low testosterone as a man gets older, you can get away with it as a kid, but if you look up side effects of low testosterone, depression is one. Now mine is compounded by a condition that I had growing up, being raised on vegetarian junk food, which is primarily grains and dairy, and the grains especially are connected to depression. And then I had mild traumatic brain injury from being an Ultimate Fighter. So those compounding, those compounded everything, so that if I shoot my load or wherever, give my girl a facial or back shots or whatever, if I do any of that, for 3 days after that, I feel like actual death, like I would rather be dead. Vegan children, very healthy. Yeah, I mean, you can have healthy vegan food, which is what I do now, and that's my certification. But, back then in the 80s, the science was not as up to date as it is today. So, my dad was a pioneer, I believe. My dad was a pioneer, and my mom, it was kind of like ovo-lacto, pescatarian, whatever. We didn't really have a lot. But, they did the best they can, and I'm thankful because, I went further into that realm of health food because of them. The third reason, so what did I say? Circumcision, semen retention, and the third reason why people have erectile dysfunction is now, I never got my test levels checked. The last time I gave blood was for an STD test. Yeah, I might not be that low. To be honest. That's a good point. But I don't want to give blood if I don't have to. I probably should, just to check. Yeah, I'm just assuming. I'm 42, man. Is there anybody that doesn't have low T at this age? I mean, there's something to be said for aging gracefully. I'm not saying that everybody should get on TRT, and that's... What about Eminem? Is he in a clone body? I think Eminem is, because a lot of his boys are, like 50 Cent. Who's the guy from Hempstead over here? Busta Rhymes. I think when you get to that level of fame and money, you have doctors that prescribe you like they're not just Eminem's just not like a person, a solo person. He's got a manager. He's got an agent. You know, he's in a hierarchy and he gets instructions from the top down. You know, they just like an actress would be recommended to get breast implants to get roles, or you know, lip injection, or some type of plastic surgery. Alright. I just had to put my son's stream on silent for a second. Not silent, but it turns off. Alright. Eminem's vegan. Well, look, like I said, they got doctors, so it's pretty common knowledge these days that if you want to be vibrant, youthful, energetic, you should switch to plant-based. He said you can't keep your real name secret. I still... something. I can't read the whole thing. Hold on. How do I put the chat here? Oh, chat. Okay. Eminem drinks blood. Yeah, Oh, hey, Galactus. Eminem drinks blood. I wouldn't doubt it, man. If not drinks, has drank in ceremony. And also, they also have what they call transfusions. A lot of billionaires do that. Bathes in it. Yeah, something like that. It's a transfusion, but you can actually do that naturally. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I think I look younger than my actual age. And the reason is because my blood is clean. It's healthy. That's because of the menu, like you're saying, Life Food Certified menu, which has the highest life force. And also because I cleaned my liver out. That's the organ that purifies the blood. And also the blood is made in the small intestine. So I'm actually going to get even younger looking as I clean my intestine out. And that's the next stage of my cleansing. I don't know who this is. DISL Automatic. I gotta look that up. Is that an actor? I mean, yeah, semen retention. I know it sounds weird to you, but there's no other way for me. I'm not gonna be celibate. And I didn't just make this up. This is a real thing. It's called Cumming. Diesel automatic. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, coming in moderation, fine. I mean, they say once a season isn't bad. As you get older, it's less frequent. Like for a young kid, you could probably do once a week, once a month. But for me, man, look, I'm a natural athlete. I fight against steroid guys. So I got to keep my test up. I want to have sex every day. I can't come every day. I wouldn't be able to, function. So semen retention is the way for me. It's not. I'm not the only person. This is an ancient tantric, or, for lack of a better word, tantric. It comes from other religions besides tantra. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm also gonna teach it, if I can, on my OnlyFans. I gotta get a girl to film with, though. I think it's actually from the Aryans, and the Aryans brought it to Asia. But the word tantra is from Asia. Yeah, it's from tantra, and I mean it's from India and Asia. Galactus says, I started doing tantric for the pleasure, stayed for the benefits. Nice. Come on, what's better than sex, bro? You don't enjoy the coming part. Yeah, exactly. If you can master what's called the dry orgasm. My PC muscle, the muscle that holds in the ejaculation, got so strong from trial and error over 10 years, right? Continually having sex with my girlfriends. You know, working that muscle out, holding it in. Oh shit, I accidentally came. Fuck, you know? Try again next time. Over the years, it got so strong. And the last time I had a wet dream. The last time I had a wet dream, because you have to, they say you have to expel the seminal fluid, which is the clear part. The last time I had a wet dream, I held it in. I orgasmed in my dream. Sheets were dry. No seminal fluid. So I don't know, man. I think my muscle's really strong. Coming quick, what used to be an issue for me, not anymore. And I could have multiple orgasms. It's amazing. Hopefully I'll get lucky tonight. Wet dreams, a sign of good health. Absolutely. So here's the original reason why I brought this topic up, is because this guy Larry Wheels is saying that he did steroids, and now he's on TRT. He stopped doing illegal steroids and got a prescription. He says he can't not do steroids. And I just want you to hear it out of his mouth.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have an interesting journey I want you to embark with me on. So for the last decade, many of you know I've been using PEDs, peptides, all kinds of performance enhancing drugs. And my first couple years into fitness started when I was 14, onward to 16, with a broomstick, cinder blocks, push-ups, pull-ups, calisthenics, riding my bike, being athletic. It wasn't until I was 16 that I actually got to join a gym. And shortly after that, we're talking a year, maybe a year and a half, did I start my first cycle, and I've been cycling ever since. So, much like you don't know, I don't know what I'm capable of off cycle. Now, going completely off isn't an option for me. I cannot produce testosterone naturally. So I'm going to be on testosterone replacement therapy. I've tried post-cycle therapy several times when I first began cycling, and I was unable to recover. Now,
Wow. It sucks, man. Vagina tightness varies, that's true. Pussy harder to last, and especially the longer since we can grow our foreskins back. Yeah, I heard of that by clips, they like pull it. I don't think you can actually grow the nerve tissue back though. You can stretch the skin, but I don't believe you can. I don't think you can grow the actual nerve tissue back. That's messed up, Galactus says. He's in a kind of hell. When I was an alcoholic, I couldn't even hold down anything that didn't have alcohol in it. It was a nightmare. Yeah, you know, I get triggered. I'll just, you know, come right out and say it that I'm, as much as a righteous person I try to be, I'm also equally, on the flip side, evil, selfish, judgmental, a bastard, a piece of shit. So, you know, I'm jealous that he's got a massive physique. I'm skinny. I can't not feel that. Yeah, duality, Galactus, that's true. I don't know what inactivist means there, we all. What do you mean by inactivist? So yeah, I'm a little jealous, and you know, maybe the weed is hitting me now, and I can't really get to the place where I'm like, haha, that's what you get. Something like that. And I don't need to cope. Yeah, my dick's not that big, bro. I only got 6 inches. And I'm not super girthy either. So, by that I've come to terms with. I can't do anything. Oh, intact activist. I got you. Hell yeah. That's what they call it? An inactivist? Nice. Yeah, my sons, I have 2 boys. They're teens. They're uncircumcised. My phone died. Another phone died. Intactivist. Oh, there we go. Intactivist. Intactivist. I like that. I did my part, man. Uncircumcised sons. Look up matters of size. One can change their size. Alright. I'll look up to it. I mean, I don't get any complaints. The only person who ever said anything was my ex-wife. She said I wasn't girthy. And then I made the mistake of telling my ex-girlfriend that, and now every time she's talking shit to me, she says I got a pencil dick, because she knows it bothers me. Masturbating actually massively increased men's size. I don't know, man. I think sex will grow it then. If masturbating grows it, sex will grow it. I'd just rather have sex. No offense. No offense if you like wanking your tank. Let's, I just wanted to just bring this up. Alright, I am against steroids. I fought guys on steroids. I train with guys on steroids. I'm trying not to be judgmental because, you know, I understand that everybody's the same. Like, I have certain viewpoints, and I can understand, you know, why somebody would start taking steroids, but I can't support it and I never will. How do I minimize this? Oh, here we go. I can't support steroids and I never will. Just like junk food. If you eat junk food, you're still God's child and you deserve to be cared for, and that's why I will tell you the truth that I will never accept junk food either. I'm a man of principle. Here's another one. This is a great video. I became a big fan of Khabib after watching this.
Наверное, единственный уже в России остался, который не сотрудничает с букмекерами вот, в плане спонсорства и прочего. Это твое решение или принципиальное решение? Ну, у нас есть достаточно хорошие спонсора, с которыми мы можем заходить, делать турниры. Мы не нуждаемся в букмекерах. Почему? Потому что я считаю, что это даже еще опаснее, чем алкоголь. Например, чем рекламировать алкоголь, она еще хуже, потому что букмекеры, они рушат целые семьи. И вы сами это знаете, сколько семей, которые, ребят молодые, которые заходят вот на эту платформу, остаются там, становятся зависимыми, и целые семьи рушатся. Вы же сами это знаете, вы знаете, какая это сильная болезнь, это игромания, это то же самое и наркомания, одно и то же. Так что это одно и то же, что если я буду здесь рекламировать на наркотики, да, для меня они на одном уровне. Игромания и наркомания, это все зависимость.
А вы считали, от скольких миллионов, например, вы отказывались от рекламы букмекеров? То есть они готовы вам давать там 10, 20, вот какая-то сумма примерно?
Ну, они большие деньги дают. Потому что есть некоторые лиги, которые они деньги дают, у них только вот самое главное вот это спонсорес и все. Им даже больше другие спонсора не нужны. Мы в этом направлении не двигаемся, нам очень важно та аудитория, которая на нас смотрит, какой продукт мы им будем давать. Мы здесь пропагандируем только спорт. И я хочу, чтобы те люди, которые мою лигу смотрят, чтобы они видели алкоголь, чтобы они не видели там вот, букмекеров. Для меня это очень важно. Я не хочу, чтобы люди, посмотрев мою лигу, узнали каких-то букмекеров и перешли туда и стали зависимыми людьми. Это очень важно.
Hell yeah. Big fan, Khabib. Watching that video where Khabib says he's not going to have alcohol or gambling advertised on his fight promotion gave me a new respect for him as a man, not just as a fighter. Very different from Conor McGregor, who fought for money and then put that money into a way for him to make more money from selling alcohol. Conor McGregor! That's blood money. You should sell your company and give me your money to build my league. No head contact. Something that's safe for your countrymen instead of dangerous. Khabib! You were once the best fighter in the world. Now you're just another violence promoter. Why don't you face me? With no head contact. Put your money to something that's good for God's children, not deadly. Wait, what are you saying? People that do steroids in contact sports are criminals. Ooh. Yeah, but see, the problem is not the steroids, Galactus. It's the contact. You don't think that people who do baseball on steroids are criminals? Why is that? Because they're not punching each other in the head. So what's the problem? The steroids or the head contact? You know? I get what you're saying, man, but just think about what I just told you. It's not the steroids that's the problem, it's the contact. And it's just like a kid on the high school wrestling team that doesn't know anything about it, and the coach gives it to him, or the, you know, another guy that he looks up to on the team. You know, a lot of people get into martial arts because they want to improve themselves, and they think that becoming a good fighter it correlates to self-improvement, which it does only tangentially, if that's the right word. Nothing wrong with fighting no, you're wrong. This is another thing I will never agree on. You don't have the right to injure somebody. That's misplaced, man. It doesn't matter if they want you to or not. If somebody is suicidal, it's our role, created in the image and likeness of God. It's our role to help them. Why are they suicidal? Figure that out. See, I'm one of these people that believes in reform, not punishment. Life is not wrong. Life is the only thing that's right. You do have right and wrong, though. You do have right and wrong. White and dark. Okay? So, I try not to be judgmental. But I'll never agree with you on head contact. Why you just see it's getting cut off. All I see says why you addressing P, and then it's cut off. I can't read the rest of what you said. Type the second half of that sentence. The dark side of the force. Yeah. Give me sight beyond sight. Remember Thundercats? Some people say that type of stuff is evil. I'm looking at it in terms of life and death. Life and death. Okay? To me, life is it, man. I try to use death as a metaphor for like sales. When I see when I see a skull, I think of business, money. But I'm uninitiated. So there's not a way for me to explain it otherwise in another way than just from my own words. So I don't know too much else. Tim Storms, James Earl Jones, something Berry, Chuck Berry. Okay, here you go. This is what I'm talking about here. Fuck. Low integrity to participate in scripted sports. I don't know if this is scripted. Chennai. Yora Tade of Arunachal Pradesh passes away today in Chennai. He had sustained some serious injuries at the Waco India Championship, which was held in Chennai. Waco is World Association of Kickboxing, I think. Let me see. The second death in Indian kickboxing since July. Here, look at this part. Some serious investigation should be undertaken to find out the reasons. Wow. We need some serious investigation in India to figure out why kickboxers are dying. I wonder. Indians are supposed to be smart. Yeah, Galactus. Oh my God, what could the reasons have been? Right? I think maybe he cut too much weight, right, Galactus? He cut too much weight. He wasn't hydrated. He had a pre-existing injury that he didn't tell the doctors about. How are they going to spin it? I sent this video to like a free thinker in England or Wales, whatever it is. Yeah. This is my. It's not quite a mile, but that's the best I ever ran. Fighting shouldn't be glorified. I think of it as a game. We all think of it as a game. Let me just show you something real quick since you're new here. This is MasterLuki.com. Okay? You may be interested in fighting. You can check out this video. I'm not going to play it. It's 5 minutes long. It's a match between Red Ranger here and Saint. After watching the match, you take a slide bar. You can do this on your phone or your computer, and you give each fighter a score from 1 to 100. Whatever you want to give them, and then you click submit. I'm not going to say anything about the match, but this is my new scoring system, and stay tuned for more, okay? You watch the match.
Are you ready? Battle!
Alright. Sorry about the camera. And so basically in the future, this is gonna be a live feed, and then you know, give each fighter a score. Florida, Pensacola, Vincent Garzon. Let's see. Pensacola, Florida. All right, we all. Thanks for coming on, bro. Oh, look at that! It looks like the south shore of New York, of Long Island, where I'm from. Wow, you right? Is this where you're from? Panama City. Wow, you're right near New Orleans. Holy, this is where I am. I'm gonna scroll out. I'm all the way up here. Can you see my arrow? Boom. How many miles is that? $100 miles is this, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1,300 miles. You lucky I'm not close by, punk. Alright, another punk gets slapped in good spirits after loss. You know what it is? There is a period of time after injury where it's kind of like it hasn't set in yet. He could be lucky actually, because it was just one strong kick that knocked him out, and it wasn't a sustained beating. So there might not be a lot of cloudiness of blood. Galactus, you got teardrop tattoos? Sheesh. Remind me not to get on your bad side. Oh my god. How many? How many teardrops do you have, bro? Sheesh. Yeah, so I think maybe Kamaru Usman is lucky that it wasn't a sustained beating. So it could be that he really wasn't that fucked up, or like I say, he could be a little like, I don't want to say delirious, but like kind of like the body released these coping hormones to heal, to make him feel good and stimulate healing, and it hasn't really set in yet. You want me to go back and read your text? Type the most important part again. Instagram? Oh, Instagram for girls? Alright, I bet. Oh, getting beat up? That's messed up. I'm not down with that. I thought you were saying a girl to be my girlfriend. I gotta get an alternate account for my OnlyFans and see if I can get a girl. That's what I'm getting out of it. What is this? Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman. Okay, let's see what he says. I think I saw this. He's just smiling and...
It's just there's good hurt, and I've always said this. There's two kinds of hurt. There's the hurt that you feel after the fight when you know you got 2 checks, possibly 3 checks. There's that hurt. That feels pretty good though. That's a good one. And then there's the hurt when it's like, no, it's just 1 check. It's not that good hurt, But hurt is hurt, So, but I'm feeling good. I'm good spirits. It was almost, it's a fight, and it happened.
Physically transported to the hospital, but physically everything is okay.
Yeah, I had to go to the hospital to just get scanned and all that, just the formalities, which I was in and out of there. But everything is good. Everything was great. It was just what a shot. It was a great shot. A great shot. I'm talking Hail Mary to the Super Bowl in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Matter of time, huh? Well, I mean, it's the nature of the sport, right? Nature of the sport. Some people were saying it was fixed. One guy at the gym saying that it was fake fight. Not fake, but he took a shot. That I don't believe. That I do not believe. I think that would be crazy, man, if true. If true, that would be crazy. Because they're getting that 3rd fight now. I think, though, only matter of time, like you said. The thing with Usman, to me, is he doesn't have a good strategy. His strategy is striking to get wrestling. But he doesn't have jiu-jitsu to complement the wrestling. If you go up against a jiu-jitsu guy as a wrestler, you get submitted. Or in Leon Edwards' case, he stood back up to do striking. But if you look at the original style versus style matchups, the jiu-jitsu beat the wrestling. I'm just saying as a pure sport, not a wrestler who's good at MMA. Because, for example, Chris Weidman, he learned jiu-jitsu. My old teammate, Chris Weidman, was beating black belts in pure grappling, was beating black belts as a purple belt because his wrestling was so good and strong. All he had to do was learn submissions, and now he's got the whole game. With him, though, and with a lot of wrestlers, they have to learn the back fighting, the guard, the half guard. It's not super hard because they'll understand concepts, but there's a muscle memory that you have to get, and they do have from the top position. But anyway, Usman, he gets the takedown, and now he's limited to only ground and pound, which against the jiu-jitsu guy is not going to work because the jiu-jitsu guy is going to use jiu-jitsu to defend himself at the very least. It's going to be hard to get back up. It's going to be hard to sweep. It's probably going to be hard to submit now, too, because grapplers are learning everything. But Usman didn't learn the offensive jiu-jitsu. In my opinion, it seemed like his strategy was to do ground and pound. And against a black belt, which I heard that Leon Edwards is a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you're not going to ground and pound a good jiu-jitsu black belt because they're going to use the jiu-jitsu to defend themselves at the very least if they can't sweep or submit. In Leon Edwards' case, he stood back up. Leon was out grappling him in the first round with jiu-jitsu. Nice. See, the problem with Usman, from what I can see right now, Usman's not going to win the rematch because he thinks that Leon Edwards just got lucky and he's not going to alter his game plan. He's going to continue to do striking into grappling into ground and pound when he should do striking into grappling into submissions. Leon Edwards, if you're watching and you want to become champion again, you have to get black belt level in submission grappling. Stop just being a wrestler who can avoid power out of submissions and do ground and pound. That's not a legitimate strategy anymore, especially against a really good jiu-jitsu guy. He's going to nullify your ground and pound with jiu-jitsu, so you have to out jiu-jitsu him. Usman, if you're listening, you have to out jiu-jitsu Leon Edwards to bring that belt back to the United States. Do it for the team, or else Master Lukey will get you. I'll get you. USA. How to write an article about chemtrails without writing an article about chemtrails. I would be very shocked if Nate Diaz wins that fight. Matter of fact, I would bet the house on Kazmat. Nate Diaz is taking too much damage and he smokes too much weed. He's not going to beat somebody who lives and breathes the art of war. Nate Diaz is tough. Nate Diaz is skilled. But he is not on the level in terms of fighting as Khamzat. Nate Diaz trains. He does not live and breathe the art of war. Khamzat is like Khabib. There is nothing else except Allah and fighting. That's what it seems like. Nate Diaz has a social life. He's got his own business. And, you know, he's physically, he's like the version of Khamzat that is kind of like a B fighter. They got the same body type, what's called skinny. Khamzat's not like a tank. He's very strong, but he's long. Kazmat, if you look at his body type, he's actually got a long torso, which comes from wrestling. His arms aren't that long, but they're not. He's not like a muscle dude. You understand? His body was built in the gym. Khamzat's body was built on the mats. It wasn't built in a weight room. And Nate Diaz, he's just not anymore. At some point, he was like Khamzat. But then he got into the other stuff that I was talking about. Social life, weed. Khamzat doesn't smoke weed. He doesn't do girls. He only fights and eats and trains. And sleeps. And Nate Diaz also, even if everything else was equal, I would still bet on Khamzat because Nate Diaz has been through too many wars and he's going to get finished. I believe he's going to get finished or stopped. He might get stopped and be like, oh, what the fuck? But he's done. He's a shot fighter. And after this fight, hopefully he doesn't fight anymore. And I will fight you in my League of Champions, Nate Diaz. I will fight you, Nate Diaz, in my League of Champions, and that's it. No head contact. No finishes. I won't try to knock you out, and I won't get injured, hopefully. You want to be an example for the kids like you who got into martial arts to improve their lives? You want to do something positive for the community? Fight me. No head contact. How's that? I won't go easy on you, Nate Diaz. I know what you did. I met Nate Diaz at an after party in Vegas. I fought that night, and for some reason, the topic of urine therapy was brought up. And he asked me about it. I think it was because Joe Rogan said something. I'll get you, Rogan! So I told Nate Diaz, I gave him a little more of an inside scoop. Because him already knowing that I do urine therapy, I was like, oh, well, Nate Diaz, let me actually give him a little more because of like, I thought he was like cool, you know? He's like, I wanted to impress him. Because I didn't know that he was making fun of me. And he went online under a fake account. And I know it was him because I didn't tell anybody else this. Unless he told somebody and then they made the fake profile. But the profile was called Nate something. And it was on the the Underground Forum. And that person typed something that I only told Nate Diaz. It was about, I think, snorting urine. Or it might have been snorting urine. Because it was recommended to me. You know, snorting urine is like a neti pot, but better. Cleans you out. Hydrates your sinuses and your brain. Way better than neti pot. Oh, really? Were they? They were bullying people online? Wow. I didn't think they were really much online dudes. They didn't seem like nerdy like that. You know what I mean? Not nerdy. I don't know what's the right word, but that's funny. I bet it was him. It was Nate something, but it was like a fake profile. These wispy man-made clouds have fascinated humans for a century. But what actually are they? They were ahead of the game online. Wow. Okay. I'll fight Nick Diaz too. In 1950, see, look, I don't even have to read this. I'm not even going to read this propaganda piece about fake contrails. We know the reason why this contrail's in the sky every day, in specific patterns. We know the reason, and we know it's not contrails, but it is a certain type of trail that comes out of a plane. And it's most likely made of barium. At least that's the way it was 10 years ago. Maybe they updated the formula now. But back then it was a lot of barium, which magnetically pulled moisture to itself. So these trails that you see is actually the water being pulled to the barium. And then HAARP, which is an Earth satellite on Earth, uses the ionic beams to move the water wherever they want. It's called shunting. They shunt the water wherever. Geoengineering, Galactus. Is that what you mean? Artificially made clouds? Yeah, geoengineering. They did a scam. They probably still do it, where they put these futures on the stocks of the businesses that they're going to shunt the water to. So whole sections of the country were basically droughted, starved for water, and then the stock market was manipulated to short those, and then the other sections of the country were, invested in. And I believe that's called derivatives. I may be wrong though. I don't know too much about the stock market. Let's get into it a little more. I'm going to end the stream in about 20 minutes. As long as I can get through all this. Okay. Far-right leader who's favorite to run Italy. How far right are we talking here? Is he a Muslim? Oh, it's a girl. Okay. Italy's far-right Brothers of Italy party. So is she a headpiece for the Masons? Who are the Brothers of Italy? Aren't they globalists? What are we talking about far right here? For 40 years, she had a stall in Rome. Okay. You gotta have connections for that. Little did she realize she would eventually be Italy's next leader. Let's see. She's the front runner. The market is in a working class southern neighborhood of Rome, and traditionally a bastion of the left. Oh, the first far-right prime minister since Benito Mussolini. Okay. Her elderly mother doesn't like it. Wow. If she gets in, it will be a very ugly period. Fratelli d'Italia, the Brothers of Italy. Let's look this up. Was that a flame? That's cool. La Flama. La Flama was one of the best gladiators. I think he fought with a net or a trident. I forgot. Let me just look that up, and then I'll get back into the story. La Flama. La Flama Gladiator. A Syrian gladiator. He fought as the Secutor, a class of gladiators in Rome. Each time he won, he refused his freedom and chose to remain a gladiator. Wow. Flama Secutor lived 30 years, fought 34 times, won 21 times, fought to a draw 9 times, won reprieve 4 times. A Syrian by nationality. Wow. What's a Secutor? Weapons. Where's the weapons? Equipment. Here we go. A loincloth, a belt, a wrapping on the right arm, a guard on the left arm, and a shield. They only had 2 small eye holes to prevent the trident from going in their eyes, and a rounded top to prevent the net from going on it. The flanges protected the neck. Because of the weight and lack of space in the helmet, the Secutor had to win quickly, lest he fall to exhaustion or faint due to breath constrictions in heavy armor. Wow. The Secutor was specially trained to fight a Rotarius, a type of lightly armored gladiator armed with a trident and a net. Wow. That's pretty cool. Secutor was supposed to look like a fish. Okay. Wow, that is cool. I mean, sucks they have to fucking die, but... Alright, where's Syria? Is that close to Italy? Look how dumb I am. Oh, it's right next to it. Oh, not that close. Hold on. Greece is in the middle. Got you, got you. Cool, cool. Alright. Brothers of Italy. Okay. So, what they're saying is she's actually fascist. She's not conservative. So, far right is not necessarily what I'm thinking of, which is like conservative. They're actually quite modern and futuristic. She's a globalist. She's a globalist, man. She's not about conserving what's healthy for people. She's about pushing an agenda. I guarantee you. A right-wing government. Okay. So it's natural family against LGBT lobbies. Anti-migrant. That's what far right means, apparently. I see, I see. Apparently Italy is a matriarchy, which I can't relate to be honest. A Sumerian adjacent. Something like this, yeah. See, I'm in my father's house. So I was raised in a strong, even though he worked and I didn't really see him, my dad was, I guess, the duality again. You know, when he was there, it was his way, but I was raised a lot by my mom and TV. And even to this day, she's able to manipulate him through food. Because if he lived here with me, he wouldn't be sick at all. But he chooses to eat her food because he's addicted and it's junk and she's killing him. But he's letting her. So it's kind of like the picture of the skull. It looks like, if you, let me just see if I can find it. It's I'm not going to read any more about this lady from Italy. It's been predicted, though, you know? We almost got it with Hillary. Sheesh, that would have been a disaster. Good Lord. Save us. Skull. Maria. Holding. Jesus. It's something like this, but instead of the mother, it's a skull head. You know, it's like the woman is supposed to be nurturing and life. The woman is supposed to be Mother Nature, you know, growing life. But here you have my mother actively killing herself and her family because of the habit that she has of eating. And then the male is supposed to be protective, but my father is letting it all happen. Looks like Santa Muerte, the Mexican saint of death. Holy shit! Santa Muerte. Fucking scary. Nuestra Senora. Oh. Our Lady of Holy Death. Okay. Originally appearing as a male figure. Associated with healing, protection, and safe delivery to the afterlife. No! Cult of Santa Muerte. Sheesh. Traditionally performed privately at home. Okay. And what was the other thing I wanted to look up? Association with the LGBTQ community. Oh. I see. They ask her for protection from violence, hatred, disease, and to help them in their search for love. Her intercession is commonly invoked in same-sex marriage ceremonies performed in Mexico. The Church of Santa Muerte, la Iglesia Católica Tradicional Mexico Estados Unidos, recognizes gay marriage and performs religious wedding ceremonies for homosexual couples. If you're gay, I think you can avoid violence. If you're gay, you can avoid violence because anybody can avoid violence. Of course, There's going to be terrible, catastrophic disasters, randomly occurring. Just think of what happens to people in a hurricane, tornado, tsunami, earthquake, car accident, divorce, ultimate fighting, anything, at school bullies. However, if you're homeschooled, you're not going to get bullied in school. If you don't drive, you're not going to get into a car accident. Okay? If you live inland, you're not going to get into a tsunami. There's places you can live where there's no natural disasters at all. There's always something that could get you, but you can prepare yourself defensively. We made it this far. Some people made it. Does that make sense? There's not just everybody fucking dying who's gay from violence. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to be realistic here. You can't stop people from hating on you. No matter what you do, people are gonna hate on you. So, as far as praying to the Holy Mother of Death to protect you from hatred, she's not gonna help you on that. Because you're gonna get hate no matter what. Pray for strength. Or some type of slippery armor or something that it just won't bother you. Disease, another thing you can prevent. AIDS is not real. All viruses is a scam. And germs. You can live naturally and not suffer any disease at all. Probably can't say that on YouTube, and I won't say anything else. But if you want to learn more about that, message me. How did we get into the Santa Muerte? I don't even remember. I gotta watch what I say on YouTube. My bad. I can't go against CDC guidelines. I don't want to get my channel shut down. This is my only chance. Well, not my only chance. I'm going to do League of Champions no matter what. That's my only chance. But I'm going to continue to try to monetize my channel here. Balance. I'm in the system, but not of the system. One must learn to use the sword, but know when to use it and when to keep it sheathed. LOL, I love these conversations, but I get it. Yeah. Listen, man. Let me show you a cool video. Well, it's not my money. Thank you, though. I'm putting the money to the mission, bro. I don't need money. I've been homeless. I've been homeless, man. I'm on a mission. I gotta pee, so I'm gonna show you this video while I pee. Oh, what happened here? Amazing. The Simpsons is amazing. Yeah, buddy. Watch this video.
Hi there.
How come I can't get full screen?
I really admire your page, and I admire the thorough research that you do. No, they're not blood clots. And what I'm about to say is going to sound really crazy, but I trust you will look into it. Look into intrabody nano network administered through VAX. Just type in those keywords. Then look into transhumanism. then look into the Internet of Bodies, then look into how the Internet of Bodies is going to tie into and become the foundation of this new digital financial system that's coming. And then it's all going to make sense. It is self-assembling nanotechnology for the purpose of creating a carbon nanotube network within the human body to make the human body a device that can eventually be linked into the Internet of Bodies. It is biotechnology created through the manipulation of lipids with polyethylene glycol pegylation. Polyethylene glycol is one of the components that can be used to make hydrogel. And after the self-assembling nano network is administered in the human body, along with nanosensors, which is what those round modulars that people are finding, the next step is a form of a chip, which will probably come in the form of like a quantum dot tattoo that will be initiated for the usage within the digital financial system that is coming. But once that chip is put in place with the intra-body nano network, that will be the authentication and individualization of every human body that has this technology within it, the network and the chip, making them all devices linked into the Internet of Bodies. The psychological, biological, genetic, and physiological data from every single individual will be what backs the new financial system. Information is the new gold. And all of the data being harvested no longer requires permission or notification from anyone that took this jab, because they are now GMOs, which is a product owned by a corporation. The head of that corporation is BlackRock. I know what I'm saying sounds crazy, but I would invite you to look into everything I just spoke. Hi there.
I'll never take your nanotech. Remember Sepultura, Biohazard? Not Biohazard, Biotech. I'm gonna cue that song up. I can't play it now, I bet. Let's see here. I'm an old metalhead. Biotech is Godzilla. This might be a song that I was going to come out to as a kickboxer back when I was like 20 years old. Let me see if this is the one I'm thinking of. Nah. Nah, it's not that one. It was close to there though. It was the song that goes wow. Biotech, bio. I think it's Nomad actually. I thought it was like an alarm. I'll come out in a Godzilla suit or a dinosaur head. I think that was it. Sounds familiar. I think I actually lost it. I might have did it and I lost that fight. And that's why I didn't keep using it. I went to the movie Akira soundtrack. I think it's called Kaneda. Let's see if this is the one. It's like a lightning bolt. I came out to this one a couple of times. Because I was getting scouted by Japan. So I wanted to come out in a really cool entrance attire with like a head and like a staff and like a monster arm and a robe. And like on the staff was a monster head or something. And I had like a helmet on, like a samurai, with a monster arm. Yeah, it doesn't sound, this version doesn't sound good. You can't hear the melody. Let me see. Ooh, 1 hour version. Damn, this would be good to work out to. Get you in the It's called Canada's Theme. Kaneda. You would listen to this during an ayahuasca trip. I don't know, man. I think maybe you probably have a better time without it. Never did one yet. No. I don't feel the need to right now. I'm not called to. Yeah, maybe eventually. I don't know. I love psychedelics, but I just feel like I don't need to yet, you know? I know my spiritual mission. I heard it's anti-parasite, though. Twitter and Meta take down pro-US propaganda campaign. So Meta is Facebook. Twitter and Meta an operand promoting U.S. interests abroad. They didn't say that. U.S. interests abroad. So that's different than U.S. Your dad told you it's a backdoor for demons to enter. I think about that a lot. I don't believe that. I think that anything can happen and people can be influenced by others and and events. You have to believe that everything happens. Everything is part of God's plan, and the experiences that you have are for you to grow, whether it's good or bad, whether it feels good or bad. I mean, I have to believe that. You don't have to believe anything, but I'm just giving you my viewpoint as far as ayahuasca goes. The situation could turn bad if guidelines aren't followed with ayahuasca. Number one, if you have any food in your intestine, it cannot have any animal products. You run the risk of having a bad trip. The spirit of the animal, the emotions, the hormones, the chemicals, the neurotransmitters, the adrenaline, there's too much in flesh that if you get into that part of your brain, like you're saying, it's a doorway for demons to enter. It's because of that. Demons is a code word for parasites or drugs. So I think these demons that people talk about there isn't an actual explanation for it, whether it's parasites or energy, like in the form of a wave or a shape of energy in the brain. But also your teacher or shaman should also be cleaned out. If you eat animals, make sure you're cleaned out before you do ayahuasca. If you do animal products, you should do that anyway, even if you're, you know, quote unquote vegan, although not all vegan food is healthy. If you have some stuff that's not healthy inside you, whether it's vegan or not, and you do ayahuasca, a lot of people puke and shit themselves because the body is like trying to exist in a healthy way. That's why we're here. So this is the first major covert pro-US propaganda operation taken down by the tech giants. Purging. There you go. Cleansing. But purging is more violent, right? That's what you get. Okay. Dozens of accounts. Oh, this is like some spy stuff. The suspended accounts, which were set up 5 years ago, were targeting audiences in the Middle East and Asia in multiple languages, and they promoted narratives in support of the US and its allies while opposing countries like Russia, China, and Iran. They found the campaign mirrored some of the tactics commonly used in propaganda campaigns of the West. Artificially generated images and running campaigns across multiple platforms, social media. The vast majority of posts and tweets received no more than a handful of likes or tweets. That's like me. Maybe I'm one too. Ow. Oh, I'm gonna get you. I gotta move on. If they take me down, they take me down. I'll have to go to plan B. Till then, I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Just like Paulo Costa. Costa complains about losing fans for supporting far-right president. I'm allowed to have political opinions. And not only that, Paulo Costa. Not only are you allowed to have your own political opinions, Paulo Costa, but I encourage you to run for office. You are exactly the type of person we need to run our countries. Somebody who's health-minded, strong, sticks up for themselves, sticks up for others, doesn't bow down to corporate interests. Or do you, Paulo Costa? Are you just a yes man, taking whatever they give you? You know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about with Paulo Costa? He takes whatever they give him. I'm talking to you, Paulo Costa. I don't care if you're 185, 195, 205, 225. I will fight you. I will fight you as a natural athlete. Never did steroids once in my life. Not even one. I didn't even do one steroid. Ever. I'll still fight you. Just like I fought Tim Sylvia. Yeah, Tim Sylvia, I fought you. 5 minutes. And don't even say it wasn't a fight because you tried to knock me out. I know you did. After I gave him a sidekick. I sidekicked Tim Sylvia. He said, "Oh, what are you, Bruce Lee?" Then he tried to knock me out. 170 against the UFC heavyweight champion. You're jealous, Tim Sylvia. Just like you always had to beat me on the Airdyne. Oh, Lukey got 100. I gotta beat 100. I'll get you next time. The Maniac. I'll get you, Maniac. I'll get you good. How's that? Another juice head. Another juice head. Luke Rockhold. Don't even bullshit me, man. I know you're on the stuff. But listen, like I said before, guys, I'm not judging him as a person. I actually am glad that he came out. Although, knowing this dude, I'm sure there's some selfish reason behind it. He's salty. He didn't make as much money as he thought he was gonna as the UFC fighter. He's got a model. He doesn't make a lot of money modeling. So, he's salty, man. He's salty, and he signed with somebody who didn't give him a lot of money. He made 50 grand for a fight that took years off of his life through head contact. That's why he was crying after the fight. Nothing to do with him being a pussy. Crying after a fight has nothing to do with you being a pussy. I've made people cry, and I have cried. And it is because of concussive impact and subconcussive impact that grown men, warriors, professional athletes, people who give 100% of themselves on a daily basis, who push themselves, they don't cry for no reason. They don't cry because their feelings are hurt. Somebody who gets beat up in the gym, they come back, they learn, they get better. They push themselves to crying and training from overtraining. It's the same thing when you get subconcussive and concussive impact. The body is crying for a specific reason. It's nothing to do with emotions, although it can manifest as a symptom. When Luke Rockhold was crying after his fight, it's because of concussive and subconcussive impact, and that's it. But he is a little emotional because of his steroid use, and that's the rebound effect, and I believe that's why he's salty now at his manager and saying that if you're a UFC fighter, hold out, or if you're a fighter in general, hold out for a better contract. And that's good advice, man. That's good advice that he's saying to hold out and get what you're worth. Don't fucking play the system because it's easy. Don't sign that last fight contract because it's easy. Hold out to the fucking end. Put your fucking balls on the line. Luke Rockhold! Put your fucking balls on the line against me! No head contact. Master Lukey's League of Champions. Why don't you tell all the fighters that you supposedly want to help with your advice about the effects of concussive and subconcussive impact? Why don't you tell everybody why you were crying after your fight? And it's not because you're a pussy. It's because of concussive and subconcussive impact. You're not a pussy. You got balls, Luke Rockhold, and that's why I challenge you to fight me. No head contact. It's called Master Lukey's League of Champions. We'll see who the best looking guy in MMA is. Ha ha ha. Thank you, Galactus. You like it? He's a spoiled brat? Oh, man. The California kids. Him. What's the other guy? Who's the kid with the butt chin? Uriah Faber. Team Alpha Male. Team Alpha Male. He's aging a lot faster than me. Well, he eats cooked animal fats. And it's made his hairline disappear. He's got male pattern baldness, which I started to get, but then I started cleansing and fasting hardcore. Like, I started cleansing and fasting before I noticed I was going bald, but then that was one of the motivating factors. Not really, because believe me, there's nothing that can stop the hunger. You have to do it. It's like, you're not just going to keep doing exercise forever. You need a rest active period. So I know of like 1 or 2 people that just stopped eating. Most people have to work their way up to fasting. And that's the program I've been doing since 2006. I finally this year got to extended fasting, but a little bit of a difference because I'm not doing water fasting. I'm doing this week. I'm gonna build up to water fasting too. So when I say that this is the first time where I've done extended fasting, I usually eat on Friday, fast from Sunday night to Friday night. But because I'm going to a new gym tomorrow, I'm going to see a fighter about my next tournament. Hopefully multiple fighters. It's called Vamos MMA. I got a grappler. He already said he would do it, but I just want to make sure the date with him to fight the kid who I fought in my last tournament in a grappling match. I might actually also jump in that tournament to make it a 3-man tournament because I recently got promoted to brown belt and I want to compete in my own league. So might do a grappling tournament. Hopefully you can get even one more brown belt or purple belt. But yeah, so I've been fasting since. Now I did have weed every day. I ate weed. So there's a little bit of material that's in my gut, and I've been pooping since, and I even pooped today. So, you know, I'm still like not as empty as I would like to be. But, you know, I gotta go at my own pace, man. I know I got off track with what I was talking about, but I think that's the last story. So, you got anything real quick? I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna hopefully catch my son on Discord, and you know, I'm gonna go for now. I'll just let's see. Ooh, I know what to do. Look at this. Check this out. So what I did was I fought a kid in grappling. So I fought this kid in grappling, and so what I'm gonna do next is film that, you know, cut that, and then put it up on MasterLuki.com. I'll give this a couple more days, see if I can get more people to vote. For now, all I got, I think, is 5 votes. If you haven't voted yet, please do me a favor, go to MasterLuki.com, the page I was just on. This is my widget panel. You're not going to do anything on this, but I just want you to see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. We got an 89 to 65. You shouldn't even look at these. 78 to 22, 87 to 7, 28 to 10, 76 to 78. And that gives us an average rating of 71, 72 to 36, 37. Okay? So go to MasterLuki.com. Submit your vote. Don't vote on what other people voted, how other people voted. Give your own unique vote based on what you see here. Okay? I'm only going to keep it up for a couple more days, and then I'm going to put up my grappling fight. Okay? So, other than that, you know, MasterLuki.com has a contact form on the bottom. I'm just gonna fix that up to be a little better. The actual contact form. This, you could just go click here where it says Master Luki, and then here's my email, my phone number right here, call or text, and I gotta put my social media. Oh, at Lukumo on social media. Says at Lukumo on social media. So that's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Alright, so hit me up for anything that you want to talk about, whether it's natural healing, food preparation, martial arts, fitness, relationships, advice, I don't know, whatever. Okay, I'm going to be certified as a life coach, so it doesn't have to be just about health. Okay, I'm working on that certification. I'm going to listen to my training right now as I fold the laundry. So, I'll hopefully catch me on the next exciting episode. Over and out.